With the last macOS and iPadOS update, finally the feature that I have been waiting for ever since it was announced last year finally arrived, and that is the universal control. In this video, I'm going to tell you what computers and iPads are eligible to be able to use universal control with. I'm going to tell you if it doesn't work, what you need to check on your computer just to make sure that it's working. And at the end, I'm going to give you a little preview of what it looks like for any of those who have any doubts as to why you would go into the Apple ecosystem. This is a really good example of why. It is one of the best features I've seen from Apple in recent years. I just love the idea. Anyways, let's get to it.
Okay, the first thing I'm going to give you is what devices are eligible for a universal control. Starting off with the MacBook Pro 2016 and later. So any MacBook Pro that is from 2016 on will work. Any MacBook from 2016 and on will work. MacBook Air 2018 and later. The iMac from 2017 and later. There is an iMac, which is the 27-inch 5K iMac. That works from late 2015 on. So any model that is late 2015 on will work. The iMac Pro, Mac Mini 2018 and later. The new Mac Studio, obviously, and the Mac Pro. Let's talk now about which iPads will be eligible for this. Any iPad Pro model will work. iPad Air will be eligible from the 3rd generation and later, iPad 6th generation and later, and finally the Mac Mini 5th generation and later. There is a very important caveat to this. You have to make sure that any device is using the same Apple ID. So both the computer and the iPad have to be using the same Apple ID. This is very important. So if you're using your Mac, but your iPad, it has the Apple ID from your spouse or son, it will not work. Okay, let's go to the next thing, which is finding out the version, making sure you're running the latest version of Mac. You press the Apple, you go to About Mac. Right below the name, macOS Monterey. In this case, you're going to be C version 12.3. That is the first version that had universal control, but any version from here on out should have universal control available, as long as obviously Apple doesn't disable the feature in the future. Let's go now to see how it works on the iPad. In this case, you go to Settings, which is even easier. Just go over to Settings. You go over to About, and there you're going to see software version, in this case 15.4. Again, the first version that showed universal control. Any version from 15.4 on, as long as they don't remove the feature, should be eligible. If it's still not working for some reason, you go to Displays in your settings, then you go to Universal Control. You're going to see that new button. In my case, I selected all of them, but you just go ahead and choose whichever one you want to choose, depending on what you want and how you want universal control to work. Now, let's go ahead and see universal control in action. Here you can see I'm moving the mouse in the computer. The mouse is almost, you can't see it unless I shake it. So now I'm moving it across over to the iPad. And there with the mouse, I open my TV folder. I go ahead and open Netflix. I'm obviously not going to play anything from Netflix, but this is just so you guys can see that you can go ahead and just play a video from Netflix. You can pause it in case you use your Mac and your iPad. You're watching something or you have something playing in the background. You can go ahead and later on, as you can see also, you can open the multitask. You can close the apps just like you would if you were using your hands directly on the iPad. There you can see obviously a video from my channel, but this is just to have you guys see a little bit of how it works. Basically, it works just like if it was your hands, and all the features and all the things that you could do with the gestures on your Mac, you can also use those gestures over on your iPad. So again, there you see the multitasking. You go over to one of the apps, you close it, close it, close it, just like you would on your Mac. You can use your fingers for that. Well, anyways, I just wanted to give you a quick recap and a quick preview of how Mission Control works. So you go ahead and download it. You're going to have a ton of fun. I love this feature.
If you like this video or if you have any comments regarding what we showed today, go ahead and leave it in the comments down there. While you're down there, press that like button, subscribe, hit that bell so you can get notified when we have new videos. Remember, I'm doing streamings every now and then of Call of Duty Warzone through Twitch. So if you want to go over there, talk tech, or talk whatever you want to talk about, you can go ahead and search for me on Twitch, J.R. Abrams Tech. Also, as always, I'm available on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously YouTube at J.R. Abrams Tech, so you can stay up to date with the latest news and rumors about tech. Until next time.